I basically told the world that half the All-Stars were asleep at the wheel, and it blew up in my face. That's how Kelsey Plum now sums up the joke that turned into a social media firestorm. But here's where it gets controversial. Was it really just a joke, or did Plum accidentally let slip what some players actually feel about Caitlin Clark's squad? The moment happened minutes after the 2025 WNBA All-Star game. Speaking to a room full of reporters, Plum, Los Angeles Sparks guard and four-time All-Star, said that 0 members of Team Clark were very present when the players gathered to decide on a unified protest, wearing T-shirts that read, "Pay us what you owe us." On camera, her tone was breezy, almost playful, and she flashed the grin that's made her a fan favorite. Online, however, the clip detonated. Fans, media, and even fellow athletes began dissecting whether Plum had just accused Clark's teammates of apathy toward the league's labor fight. 2 days later, on the podcast Bird's Eye View with Sue Bird, Plum tried to put the toothpaste back in the tube. She called the comment a really bad joke, explaining that she was ribbing on the unofficial nickname her own team, Team Collier, had earned that weekend, Team Hangover. According to Plum, the Collier group had been spotted laughing, dancing, and yes, sipping a few celebratory drinks during All-Star festivities. So she thought it would be funny to contrast their vibe with Clark's more buttoned-up crew. The punchline, she insists, was meant to be on herself and her teammates, not on Clark's. Yet even Plum admits the timing was awful. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement expires at the end of this season, and every syllable uttered in public is being parsed for leverage by both players and owners. When you joke that an entire roster wasn't very present during a pivotal planning session, it lands differently when those same players are about to ask for higher salaries, better travel, and a bigger slice of a suddenly booming revenue pie. And this is the part most people miss. The league's money pot has never looked healthier. A blockbuster media rights package with Disney, Amazon, and NBC Universal is funneling hundreds of millions into WNBA coffers. Expansion checks? $250 million combined from new franchises in Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia are arriving like clockwork. With cash registers ringing, the Players Union sees a once-in-a-generation chance to rewrite the financial rules. Think charter flights instead of middle seats in coach, 6-figure minimum salaries instead of 5, and maternity benefits that rival Fortune 500 companies. The T-shirts were never just cotton and ink. They were a billboard aimed straight at the Board of Governors. So far, though, the bargaining table feels more like a staring contest. Reports out of recent sessions describe minimal movement and entrenched positions. Owners argue that new money must first stabilize weaker markets. Players counter that without immediate investment in talent, the momentum of the Clark, Breanna Stewart, Angel Reese era could evaporate. Each side leaks selective numbers to friendly reporters, and Plum's joke became the latest piece of kindling. Bold prediction: if negotiations stall into a lockout, this soundbite will be replayed ad nauseum as evidence of locker room fractures. Conversely, if the union secures a landmark deal, the same clip might be laughed off as an awkward footnote. Either way, the controversy has already done its job, keeping the CBA front-page news during the league's showcase weekend. Now over to you. Did Kelsey Plum cross a line? Or are we holding athletes to an impossible standard where even humor must be CBA compliant? Drop your tape below. Agree, disagree, or bring receipts. Let's argue it out respectfully in the comments.